We'll talk about AEW Collision a little bit in a second here. But apparently Thunder Rosa is
gonna be out for 4 to 6 weeks.
Here, tell me if you can hear this.
Wanted to drop the title the day that they told me I couldn't wrestle because I was gonna be out for 4 to 6 weeks. My boss made a decision. He said, "You are going to be the champion, and we will have an interim champion." I want to make it for me as a competitor. I want to make it fair. So my peers had an opportunity to defend the championship because it wasn't fair that I wasn't there and I wasn't going to be there, and I was going to hold the title. I think the problem comes, and I think this is a question that was raised. It was Nish not showing up. I wasn't booked to go there. When I got the news that I wasn't going to keep the title, it really caught me by surprise. And I was like, oh, it's today of the day. Okay. I wasn't able to go. I wasn't there to be able to get in the ring and say, guys, unfortunately, we made a decision. Here's the title. Thank you very much for the opportunity to let me, represent. That opportunity wasn't given to me. That's pretty much it. I want to make sure, David, that we focus on the women's division now.
What do you make of what Thunder Rosa was just saying there?
It comes down to business, is what I'm hearing. Is, hey, if you guys wanted me there, I should have been booked, and because that's what it comes down to. It just sounds like Thunder Rosa.
Why the fuck didn't they wait for her to come in the ring and fucking give up the title and say, hey? Like, at least do her the diligence. Like, why are they shitting on her, dude? And Britt's on there shitting on her on this show. Do you think now? Let me ask you this is a real fucking question, and then we'll get into AEW Collision because this all ties into each other. This is a real question that I have because you know me, I like Phil likes a good old conspiracy, baby. You know that. So
yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. So do you think that AEW is really just this toxic, marky, goofy, fucking weirdo environment where all this goofy shit's going and pro wrestlers are just getting fucking depleted and sucked dry and their fucking WWE's bad, but it's like, shit, is the grass really greener? Like, over here I can do my own gimmick, but I'm fucking wrestling on YouTube and I'm getting in drama and there's people trashing me on fucking reality shows and whatever, okay? Or do you think
Jericho won't shut up?
Or do you think my man has it out for Jericho? Or do you think these are all like elaborate works where they're like, we're gonna work people and use the social media and dig up these gripes and get heat on each other and like
I think it's just being because they're just being crybabies on fucking Twitter.
Do you think sorry, go ahead.
Thunder Rosa shouldn't have to defend herself like that. If she's not getting paid, that should be enough for people to accept that. You know what? Doug, I'm not going to work on Monday if I'm not getting paid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The end.
Do you think TNA would have been this bad, like with the toxicity, if it was alive in the 2020s?
I guess what you're saying there,
like OG
has
TNA,
a lot of layers to it.
Like, what RVD and Jeff Hardy and those guys have all been talking shit. If it was current culture back in TNA, do you think it would have been as toxic, or do you think this is like do you think this is like an AEW because of their management type thing? Like,
it all goes back to the week and the way they okay. How is Britt Baker any different than the Young Bucks here? You know what I'm saying? How the Young Bucks are going to go write this narrative about Jim Cornette so that all the dirt sheets report on it, and then everyone's trying to discredit Jim Cornette. It just honestly sounds like Britt Baker's trying to do the same shit with Thunder Rosa, bro. She's now trying to put this narrative out there for whatever reason she doesn't like that. Man, it just seems like a bunch of stupid drama and fucking clickbait bullshit again. And circle back to my original statement, fucking Thunder Rosa shouldn't have to explain herself on why she is or isn't taking a paycheck, you know?
Right. And they like it though. Like, they feed into it, the drama and the
they do.
All right.
Yeah, man, that's the elite, Doug.
It stresses me out. I just want this company to do good, and it's always some shit.
Luck.
It's
Good luck.
always some shit every fucking week.
Good
And in
luck.
WWE, they're like, it's always some shit, but it's not. It's always like, oh, Vince is like in some shit, or it's like this
Right.
wrestler's kind of unhappy. But it's like, dude, you go to any company, there's going to be one guy who's unhappy, one or two people. So,
But
like,
but
I
I
don't
don't
know.
have to worry about the WWE foundering how I do with AEW. It's all like, man, Tony could really fumble this. It's like I know the WWE is never going. I know every Monday I'm able to turn that shit on and watch Raw. It, am I forever going to be able to turn on Dynamite on Wednesdays? You know,
We don't
I
know.
don't know.
Time will
We'll
tell.
find out.
Time will tell on
Right,
that.
right.